Alright guys, we are on our way to the gynecologist. Leti has decided to switch gynecologists after the last time where the gynecologist had given her medicine and the idea to use ovulation kits, which if you read the box of the ovulation kit, it tells you that you're not supposed to use ovulation kits, that they won't work if you have PCOS, in which she does. So after all the challenges that we've had with the nurse and now just not really being satisfied with the doctor, we have switched over to a new gynecologist, and hopefully we get some good news. Hopefully we get some good news today, and we can continue to push forward to having a baby, you know, which we want. We want a baby. I think about how having a child will change a lot of things. Some like, you know, we just went to Galena for our 1-year anniversary, and if we were to have a child, then we'd either have to find a sitter, or we would have to take them with us. But I think that once we have our little child, that we will be more than happy to take them with us wherever we're going. I say that now, but I'm sure that with a baby we will be excited, but still want to have breaks and times for ourselves. I think about it a lot. I was talking about it with my coworker James today. He was talking to my dad, and he was saying, Jacob has a doctor's appointment today, and my dad's like, yeah, I know. He's like, yeah, they're trying to get you a grandchild. And you know what's great with working for my dad or working for a small business is that I can take the time off if I need to when our baby comes. I'll be able to stop what I'm doing and, you know, be there for Leti when they are born. I don't know, I'm just getting more antsy and more excited each day that we get to wait around and continue to just learn more about each other and how we're going to be great parents one day. Leti doesn't think that she's going to be a good mom, but I know she's going to be a good mom. She's been through a lot, but through all those things she's learned what to do and what not to do, and how to love. She's one of the deepest lovers that I know, and she is one of the best people. She loves so deeply that I have no doubt that one day our children are going to look up to her. They're going to be so happy that Leti is their mom. She'll be there with them through everything, I am sure of it. And I just hope that she too feels that way soon, that she's going to be a good mom, that she is nothing to worry about. I think that with time we will become better parents. Obviously nobody can be the greatest parent right away. It's something that we're going to have to learn and get better at over time. And today I almost cried just thinking about how in this year or the beginning of next year we could quite possibly be holding a little baby, which is eye-opening in itself, but just a lot to wrap your mind around. And it's a continuous thinking process, but I now know and am excited to be a dad. I'm sure it'll be more real once we actually conceive and I come home somehow and Leti shows me that we're gonna have a baby, you know. she has a special way she's gonna tell me. I don't know. I hope that I'm surprised and excited and I don't faint. I've seen some of those pictures on Facebook that where the announcement is shown to them and the man is passed out on the floor because he's just in shock. I don't know how I'm going to respond, but I do know that I will be excited. Thanks for tagging along. I'm almost to the doctor now, so we will see Leti there, and have a great day. Thanks.
Hey guys, so Jacob and I just got back from our appointment with the new OB-GYN, and he was great. We both really liked him. He was very knowledgeable. I feel like he was very friendly and very understanding of just kind of what Jacob and I are wanting. And I really feel like he heard what we had to say, and I talked to him a lot about how we're seeing the specialist and what his thoughts were, and he basically was saying that he wants us to continue to follow up with the specialist, and then they're going to work together to help us start a family, and that's really exciting. One of the things that he said was for people with PCOS, they're very high risk for miscarriages, which was really discouraging. But then he said the first thing that he would do if, say, we were to come in and we had gotten pregnant on our own and he found out that we had PCOS, he said the first thing he would do is put us on metformin. So right off the bat, he already thinks that we're on the right track with that. So other than that, he basically said that he doesn't want to put us on anything, and he was very adamant about my diet and with being on the metformin, which if you guys have seen the videos before, you already know that it's extremely hard to stick to the diet, especially because I'm such a food lover and I love pizza and I love cake and candy and ice cream and all those yummy things. But he was very persistent and kind of helping us to understand how important it is for me to have a healthy diet and how important it is for me to exercise. So I know that that's something that I really want to really commit more to, because if I want to have a healthy pregnancy at some point, I need to make sure that my body is in the healthiest spot that it can be, and that I'm doing everything that I can to make sure that that happens. So Jacob really liked him, I really liked him, and at the end of the appointment, Jacob had asked him if he would be okay with us recording in the future, and he was very open to it, and he kind of laughed and said that we basically missed everything that we could have recorded today, but we really don't feel like you guys missed out on much, just because he said a lot of the things that the specialist had said in our previous video, and if you haven't seen that video, we'll go ahead and link that down below so you can watch it and see what he had to say. But as far as everything else, he wants me to come back in on Friday to get some labs drawn. That way he can see, since it's been about a year since I've had my labs drawn, he wants to have like a starting point so that he can track our progress when it comes to treating my PCOS and just my hormone levels, and kind of see how that's going. So other than that, he wants to see us back in 2 months. He wants to see us after we see the specialist again, and that won't be for another month. And until then, I will be working on my diet. I will be working on exercising more and getting more healthy, and hoping that we don't have to do any more treatment besides the metformin to get pregnant. But if we do, kind of just keep an open mind when it comes to that. He said, the new OB, what he said was that the first signs that the metformin is actually working is that I should start seeing my period coming, because right now I haven't had one. And he had even said that the first signs of the Clomid not working is that they had to jumpstart my period every time they put me on another round. And so what he was saying is, basically, if I wasn't getting my period, then I'm not ovulating, so obviously the Clomid wasn't working. But he also said that there's more success, people have more successes with the Clomid when they're on metformin first. But I was very adamant about telling him that I will not be taking the Clomid again. He wants to put us on the generic for Femera, and so that made me feel really good and really secure. And so the only thing that really just was hard to hear was him talking about how it's really easy, or how I'm a high risk for miscarriage with having PCOS, and that was really challenging just to take in. But he said when we get to that point, he will see where we're at, and like I said, he doesn't want to put me on any medication that he doesn't think that I need to be on, so that in itself made me feel pretty good too. So all in all, I feel really good about our appointment. I feel like both the doctors really have mine and Jacob's best interest at heart, and I really feel optimistic and just hopeful that we will have a growing family soon. And when we do, we'll have so much to be grateful for, and we'll cherish that little peanut. And we'll owe a lot to our doctors, which I already feel so much better in just the first visit. And his staff was amazing. They were super kind. I had a lot of issues with my other doctor, and the office staff was just not very welcoming. They weren't very helpful. I don't know that this is true, but I think Jacob and I look really young, and I think they just kind of treated us that way, as though we didn't know what we were talking about, or that they knew better, which, I understand. They're doctors and nurses, and I have very high respect for people who go to school that long for those careers. But at the end of the day, it's my body and it's your body, and if something is wrong, if something's not right. And if there's one thing that I would take away from the past year, is that I will trust my gut. I will get second opinions if I need to, or if I have to. And you're your own advocate, and you need to stand up for yourself. And I think that that's something that I feel like I am more strong in, especially when he kept talking about Clomid and how he uses Clomid, and how, if the PCOS does calm down with me being on metformin, how he would put me on Clomid. But I was very adamant about telling him that I will not take it again, and he was understanding of it, which I think I was too scared to do that before, because I felt like, well, she's a doctor and this is the nurse, and they know better than I do. But in reality, I've known for a really long time that something was off. And so just be aware of your body and know yourself and know what's going on. And if you do, then stand up for yourself and fight for yourself, and make sure that you are doing everything you can to get the help that you need to get when it comes to PCOS. Or if it's not even that, if it's just, you're feeling sick or whatever it may be, don't let the doctors push you around just because they have a degree. It's not worth it, because then, a year has gone by and we're still trying to have a kid. And so But all in all, I feel wiser and I'm really hopeful about what's to come, and I'm excited to have all the support that we've had from you guys and from our family and our friends, and we will just keep you updated, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.